Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Friday and the sun is shining, ready for bank holiday weekend. You have a 3-day weekend bliss. So I'm going to talk about muscles today and stretching and injuries and hydration and why they're so important. So our body has got anywhere in between 650 and 840 muscles in the body. It varies depending on what sources you read. And now these muscles in your body are there for movement and posture, okay? The dictionary defines a muscle as a band of fibrous tissue, okay, that is in the body and it has the ability to contract, produce movement, and it maintains posture, all right? There's certain different muscles that do different things. But what you need to be aware of is your muscle is 75% water, so hydration is the main key element in this, okay? If you're not hydrating properly, as well as the headaches and the lethargic and everything else, your muscles dehydrate. So imagine a lemon, okay? You've cut a lemon, all right, and you've put half of it in the fridge and you leave it, and then you come to clear your fridge out a couple of months later or a couple of weeks later, and you've got this lemon that's all shriveled and dehydrated and gone half the size. That's what happens to your muscles if you don't hydrate properly. They shrivel, they shorten. If we shorten a muscle, okay, that means it's going to stop the ability of full range of motion on the joints, so it's going to pull on the joints. If it's pulling on the joints, then it's going to pull the joint out, which means then we're going to get injuries, okay? So first and foremost, hydration is key to keeping your muscles on point. So if you want to keep exercising, you want to keep cycling, you want to keep running, you want to keep boxing, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you're hydrating properly. So they say 1.5 to 2 litres a day, okay? I tend to stick to 2 litres, 2.5 litres, depending on what exercise I've had. It's not only going to help your muscles, but it's going to make you feel better in yourself. You're going to feel fresher, you're going to feel more awake, okay? And if you can add ice in there as well, you're going to be even more refreshed. Plus, it helps with your metabolism slightly as well. But we're going off track there. So back to the muscles. So we know that muscles need water. We know that the 75% water, okay? When we're doing exercise, okay, the muscles are working, they're contracting, they're relaxing, contracting, relaxing all the time, okay? What happens then is once we've done the exercise, and if we don't stretch, the muscles then relax, okay? But they become tight because we've worked them. If you can imagine a piece of cotton and you do that with a piece of cotton, what happens? You get a ball of fibres, don't you? Okay, so when we're exercising and we're doing this, and if we don't stretch and release and we don't cool down to stop the blood pumping round, okay, there's a couple of things that'll happen. As you're exercising, your heart rate goes up, correct? Okay? Our heart rate goes up because our heart works faster to pump the blood around the body to give the muscles oxygen, okay? When we stop exercising, we then need to cool down, we need to bring the heart rate down, because if we just stop, the heart's still pumping and pumping and pumping. It's pushing that blood. The blood that gets to the muscle has got nowhere to go then, because the muscle's not working, it doesn't need the nutrients. So what then happens is the blood sits in that muscle and it just becomes waste. When the waste is in there, that's when we start to get the problems, okay? That's when the muscle starts to become heavy. The muscle fibres start to become sticky, okay? And the fibres start to stick together, and that's what causes the knots. When the knots happen, it shortens. The muscle then shortens, which then pulls on the joint. So we've got an issue now, okay? We've got a short muscle that doesn't allow full range of motion, that's pulling on the joint, whether that be the hip joint, the knee joint, or the ankle joint, okay? Shoulder joint, whichever. It's pulling, it's going to cause an injury. So what we need to do first of all is ensure we cool down, ensure we're bringing the heart rate down, okay? Whether that be a walk, whether that be just sitting down and breathing to bring that heart rate down. We then need to stretch, okay? So we need to pull that muscle out a little bit so it just doesn't go clamped into a shortened position, all right? We can then do something called foam rolling, SMR, whatever you want to call it, self-myofascial release, okay? Think of it as a rolling pin. when you've got a load of pastry, okay, and there's loads of bumps and bubbles, those bumps and bubbles are the knots in your muscle. By foam rolling, or SMR, we're ironing out those bundles of muscle fibres that have stuck together. If we iron them out, what happens? The muscle becomes elongated again, which then takes the pressure off the joints, okay? Making sense? I hope so. So foam rolling and stretching is really important, and I would say get it into your daily routine, okay? If you don't exercise, you still need to stretch, and here's why. Stress, poor posture, causes tightness of muscles. Okay, if you're on a desk job, okay, and you're on a computer all day, you're here, yeah? What happens to these chest muscles? Okay, the chest muscles starting to shorten because we're in this position, and then what happens is you start to get a rounded back, which will then put pressure on your lower back, okay? So what we need to do is open up the muscles, all right, and elongate these chest muscles. So again, you still need to stretch even though you're not exercising. Poor posture, okay, a lot of people, they'll hunch down. Again, you'll need to stretch out because we need to improve that posture. We need to open up those muscles because it is going to pull on the joints. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, I don't exercise, I don't need to stretch, everyone needs to stress. Stress causes tension, okay? So, you know, if you're really stressed or you're tense, your muscles are tensed up, okay? And that's going to cause them to shorten again. It's all about making sure that the muscles are at the right length for you to enable to get full range of motion in your joints, all right? When you stretch, when you foam roll, okay, do not hold your breath. If you hold your breath, everything tenses. Try it now. You can feel everything starting to tense and starting to panic. Deep, slow breaths. Foam rolling, I'm not going to lie, does hurt, okay? But the pain is worth it in the end. When you foam roll, what you want to do is there's different foam rollers that you'll see. Amazon's probably the best one. You don't have to spend a lot. You can get a reasonably good one for under £20, okay? You've got the smooth ones or you've got the knobbly ones. If you're just starting out, I'd say get a smooth one, just so you can get used to it. Or if you feel you've got good flexibility already, get a knobbly one. The knobble ones just get into the muscle deeper, okay? What you want to do is start off, let's take the calves for instance, because a lot of people have got issues with calves, okay? You want to start off with a foam roller on the bottom of your leg, okay? You always relax, okay? Never tense. And all you're going to do is just slowly roll across the roller, all right? And you'll come to what we call a hot spot, and you'll know when you've hit a hot spot, believe me, because you'll get that sharp pain. That is a knot in the muscle, okay? Now there's a few different techniques that people tend to use, okay? Some people just press on that point, okay? Some people kind of massage it. It depends on how you feel, okay? But the key thing is to hold it on that hot spot for at least 60 seconds and keep breathing, slow, deep breaths. And what you'll find is the muscle fibres will start breaking up, okay, and it'll start to become easier. And then what you do is just put a little bit more pressure on, or just keep moving it a little bit more. And then you move up the leg, okay? Never move down, always move up. Once you get to the top, never roll over the joint, start on the other leg, okay? And the more times you do this, one, the pain is going to subside because it's not going to be as painful. You're going to feel I feel a lot lighter and a lot more awake when I've done my foam rolling. And you're also going to have reduced risk of injury, which is what we're here for, okay? So less pain, less risk of injury. You'll feel more awake, you'll feel lighter, okay? And then finish off with some water, okay? Just get that hydration into the muscles. I hope this has made sense, and I know it'll hit with some people, okay? If you need any more advice on where to get a foam roller or foam rolling techniques, give me a shout, lhcoaching7@gmail.com, and I'll see you all soon. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend, guys. Take care.